Good morning, everyone. So I'm in this morning's devotional chapter again. I've got my church bookmark here, and we do an Old Testament chapter and a New Testament chapter every day. So I might bounce back and forth between the Old or New Testament on each day, just kind of depending on what I feel like God is speaking to me. But this morning, continuing in 1 Samuel chapter 14, because we take Sundays off, so our bookmark runs Monday through Saturday. But 1 Samuel 14, the battle against the Philistines continues, and we find Saul hanging out with 600 men under a tree. And his son Jonathan just decides basically to bail and to take off. And so, what really stuck out to me, what got me in this one, is in verse 3, and this is just so hidden, but this popped to me, and it says, And Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eli, the priest of the Lord at Shiloh, was wearing an ephod, and the people did not know that Jonathan had gone. So why this jumps out at me is because it says he was wearing an ephod. And that's significant because if we take it back to the books of the law, we find out that an ephod is a priestly garment that the priests wore, and on the chest piece it held the Urim and Thummim, which was the two items that they would use. Basically, the priest would inquire of God, and based on which one illuminated, that would provide their answer. So basically, kind of be like the yes or the no to their question of whatever they inquired of God. So Jonathan and his armor bearer bail. They take off from all the guys, all the rest of the army, which is also where the priest was, the guy who was there to inquire of God and get the confirmation of like, hey, should we go out to this battle or not? Jonathan and his armor bearer leave that. So they didn't stick around to get the confirmation or whatever. They took off, and we find later that Jonathan and his armor bearer are looking out over the garrison of the Philistines, and Jonathan says, Today we'll go up against them, and perhaps God will deliver us, for we know that he's able to deliver, whether by many or by few. But Jonathan is just completely stepping out on faith, on a perhaps. He went on faith and not on confirmation. He bailed out from the priest who had the ephod, the guy who was in the position to call on God and get a confirmed answer. Jonathan left that behind and decided to go up in battle anyways on faith and say, perhaps, I know God can. I have the faith that he can. And this is something that I'm learning in this season right now, is just moving in faith. And I used to be one of those guys. If you're like me, man, I love Gideon. And so I loved the idea of the fleece. So I like just putting out a bunch of fleeces and like, God, confirm it. Just confirm it again, and wanting to have that certainty. And God has broken me of that. And I've learned in this season that I actually get much more confirmation when I'm taking my steps in faith, and when I have little certainty at all, but I'm just saying I believe this is what God is saying, what he's guiding me to, and I'm just going to start moving towards it and see what he does. Because the thing is, you guys, in Proverbs it says, a man plans his ways, but the Lord directs his steps. And the thing with that is, God cannot direct steps that you're not taking. So sometimes if you feel like it's God, just start moving. And if it's not him, as you're prayerfully moving forward, if it's not him, he'll block it. But if it is him, he will start opening up and making a way that only he can do. And he will provide for you along the way. And he is just showing me that so much more in this season. So I would encourage you, if you feel like God is giving you something, you don't feel certainty, but you believe that he's saying it, start moving on it and let him guide you as you go. I hope this blessed you this morning.